make them as human as you possibly can. Dig into yourself, dig into the lives of people that you know. Make them as believable as possible. And then just rip their lives to shreds. And at the point where they're really at their worst, just hammer them down some more. You increase the threat, you increase the stakes, raise the odds against them at the same time. Everything gets exponentially higher. And by the time you get to your Act 3, people will be hanging from the rafters, just waiting to find out what's going on next. There's always an inciting moment, an inciting incident, whatever it is that kicks off the story and sets it on its way. And the Act 2 is all about developing the characters and increasing the conflict and increasing the odds. And then you come to what's called the second act turning point, where you're pretty sure you know exactly how this is going to go, and then the writer throws a zinger in and turns everything on its head. And all of a sudden, the protagonist has to rethink everything and try a new way, while the antagonist is increasing their power, their control, their whatever. And from there on, it's a steady progression into Act 3, and that's Act 3 is basically the wrap-up. But like I said, you have to do it in such a fashion that the reader never saw it coming, but they go away completely satisfied, like, that was really good. I'd rather watch a movie that has an ending that is not fully explained than one that just hammers you over the head and you saw it coming from about the middle part of Act 2, before the Act 2 turning point. If you can already figure out what the story's going to be or how it's going to end, to me that's not good storytelling. And I hate flying cars. Now I'm not talking about Back to the Future. I'm talking about Fast and Furious. I have never watched a Fast and Furious movie. I have zero interest in car chases. When a car chase starts on screen, my brain goes, I think I'm gonna have a hamburger for lunch tomorrow, or maybe the next day. Or I'll start thinking about work or something. I drift until they get rid of the flying cars and get back to the story. Jeff, on the other hand, as a playwright, knows all about story and structure, and he has an advantage over, say, screenwriters.
In Cars 5, although there's the Back to the Future is on stage in London now, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. But and as a playwright, in a playwright's words are sacrosanct. You don't change the dialogue at all, because the entire story on stage, unless you have a big special effects thing, is told in the interaction of the characters.
All words.
All words. And occasionally